what time it is. Yes, sir. Back again with another episode of the We Here Now podcast, episode number 16. I'm your host, aka Mario the Cameraman, Mario Saucy, whatever you like to call me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get right into it. It's been a busy week going on. I stepped outside this weekend, so I got that to tell you guys about. And as well in the YouTube space, the podcast space, there's been a lot of fights going on. We're gonna talk about the Saucy Santana, the DJ Akademiks. We're gonna talk about the Taxstones. We're gonna talk about all that good stuff. But just stay tuned for now, because like we always do when we get into this podcast, we start off the podcast talking about stuff that's personally related to me. You know, I know some of y'all love the mainstream stuff, but this is the We Here Now podcast. I am Mario, so we're gonna talk about stuff that involves the We Here Now podcast and me, of course. But before we get started, y'all know I gotta do my little ooh. Electric. But like I was saying, let's get right into it. Last week on the podcast, I think it was like a day or two before I actually went to the hockey game, but that's what my weekend was like, or that's what my week looked like last week. It's not a professional hockey team. It's the Lake Erie Monsters. If you're from Cleveland, you kind of know that's like the little AAA or like the minor league of the Columbus Blue Jackets. But this girl I knew from school, she works for Rocket Mortgage, where they actually play at. So that's how I was able to get the tickets. We had great seats. I mean, it's like the glass is right here, and we was like 3 rows behind that. You know what I mean? So we definitely got good seats. It was cold as hell that day too. Like we got that day. It was Wednesday I went, so that was like the first like snowfall we really got of the year. So it was definitely cold as hell, and we was downtown, you know, right by the lake and stuff like that. So it was extremely windy, extremely cold. But me and my homie that I went to school, well, we grew up in the same neighborhood growing up. Shout out to my boy Jay Vaughn. Y'all gonna probably hear a lot about him on this podcast. Shout out to you. But yeah, just me and the homie. This was, like I said, it was Wednesday, cold night, whatever the case may be. So get to the game. You know, niggas, we already late as it is. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you got to get your mind right before you you go on the hockey game. You know, you got to blow a little bit and then, you know, get your mind right. So we walked in. It's like 5 minutes until tip off, pretty much. Like when we got to like the first arena, or it's like when we're like starting to scan our tickets and stuff like that. So, you know, we get in. You know, everything's smooth. You know, we get to like where we parked at is like we parked like right across the street. So like it really wasn't like we was outside that long. Like boom, right across the street, boom, we in there. And then when we got to our seats, same thing. Right past where we got our tickets at, where our seats was like literally right there next to a concession stand. So okay, shit, good start already, you know. So, you know, we walk in, and keep in mind, it's me and the homie, you know, we both black. You know, a lot of black people don't be at these hockey games. I've been to a couple hockey games, and there's usually not a lot of black people. But, you know, black people be watching hockey. You know what I mean? It's a physical game. People get their teeth knocked out. They be fighting. That's why a lot of black people really like hockey. It's like, they can fight. They don't know nothing else about the sport, but they'll go to the game because it's a chance, you know, they going to see a fight. But so we get in there, like I said, we're coming in like damn near as like tip off happens, you know what I mean? So like we're walking down to our seats, and like everybody is standing up, and we start walking downstairs, like people just staring at us. I'm like, dang, I ain't never seen black people at the hockey game. Like, it's cool, like we room for the monsters, you know what I mean? Like, it's all good and gravy, you know what I mean? But I talked about this last week on the podcast. They're actually standing up because the hockey player Adam Johnson, who got killed. This was like couple days after that happened, so they're doing like a little tribute for that, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh shit, you know, we ain't know. Like I said, we had walked in like right like as the game was starting, you know what I mean? I'm thinking they just looking at us because we black, you know what I mean? And then we unapologetically black too. Like, it's cold in the ice rink. We got our ski masks on, you know, we got little winter hats on, we got hoodies up and all type of stuff. They looking like, man, these dudes look crazy right now. Because there was other people in there, they in there with t-shirts, shorts, all that. So I'm like, I'm not gonna say what type of people was in there with t-shirts on, but y'all can probably guess who was out there in the t-shirts, you know. But you know, we just trying to say, you know, bundled up, you know, warm for the game, you know what I mean? It's nothing like watching the game and having to be cold, you know what I mean? So we just took the proper measures to make sure that we were comfortable. So that's why I thought they were staring at us, you know what I mean? It was a dude. He's like 2 rows in front of us. Like, he's like the last close seat to being like taking like court side or ice side or whatever you want to call him. Whatever, they do that. Like I said, we're getting in there late. So like after they do that, they doing the national anthem. We don't even know the national anthem is going on. You know what I mean? We sitting down like, damn, like everybody standing up. We thought they were standing up for us, but it messes up because when we sat down, they ain't sit down. It's like, damn, I mean, y'all can sit down now. We not even know it's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. And then we really look like some black folks in there because we not standing for the pledge. Now, either way, I don't got no feeling like I'll stand like it's really not that big of a deal to me. You know what I mean? Like I know some people are just like America this, America that, and like I respect the country I live in. You know what I mean? But it's like, damn, I've been doing the national anthem for so damn long, bro. I just be tired. And I play sports, so it's like before every game, you got sand that hand on your heart, do the little like you're not even really listening. Like it's just so used to the routine that happens. You know what I mean? So like we definitely missed the national anthem. It was like we stood up. It was like I don't know, like 20 seconds left. Because keep in mind, like, we at the hockey game, but we not probably as, I don't want to say as into it as everybody else, but like everybody else probably got there a little bit early. They got time to sit down, get situated, get concession. That's what we trying to figure out. We trying to figure out what's going on with the food. We had some bets going on that night, so like, they was definitely looking at us a little bit, crazy at first. But like I said, the same guy who was in there, it was actually a really good game. It ended up going into a shootout. Some people don't know what shootout is in hockey. You end the regulation, and then you got your OT. They instead of normally the 5 people that normally have on ice, for them they did 3, but I think in the NHL they only do 4. So after that time, boom, that's when it goes to a shootout. So that's what ended up happening. But before we go to that, we're gonna talk about this guy that was sitting in front of us. But before we get to that, there's something else I want to talk about because, like I said, we're trying to get the concession stuff we just got there. So we had got there. We like it's like 3 minutes in the court. The homie's like, "Damn, you trying to go hit the concession?" I keep in mind we just blew too, so like he got the munchies. I don't be getting the munchies after I smoke. Like regardless, like when I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. Like the munchie is not gonna speed it up. You feel me? So like I was cool. I ate a little bit. I had some Chick-fil-A before he even pulled up on me. But I'm like, bro, just chill. Like he really don't even know like all the way what's going on. So you know what I mean? Like it's 3 periods. Like other sports, like you get halftime. Like for hockey, that's pretty much at the end of every period. Like they have like a little bit of halftime. I was like, all right, whatever the case might be, we gonna go after the first period. All right, cool, no big deal. So we walking around, we trying to find some good food. Like all the guys like pretty much like hot dogs, nachos, like all that bullshit. But keep in mind, we at Rocket Mortgage Stadium. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, where the chicken at? Where the pizza? Where all the good stuff at? If I'm gonna pay $20 for a meal, I'm not paying $20 for no meal for no damn hot dogs and no nachos. Like they charge me $5 for a ginger ale. Like ginger like it. Y'all know it's like a 16.7 fluid on. They charge me $5 for that. I'm like, man, ain't no way, bro. So the homie, he went to this one spot. He got a hot dog, he got a glizzy, no bev. Just want to point that out. But I get the prices was high, but it's like, dog, you can't get no glizzy with no bev. Like that look crazy. You feel me? So anyways, he ended up getting this stuff, whatever. He paid like the little $7, $8 for the hot dog, whatever. Now we walking back and I see another line. They got pretzel bites and they got the hot dog. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna mess with the pretzel bites, but it's like a little deal. It's like $11, you get the hot dog and then you get the pretzel bites. I'm like, all right, cool. The homie look like, damn, I should have just waited. Cause we was walking around trying to find like somewhere else to eat than just selling on the hot dog spot. We done passed like 5, 6 spots and then he's like, oh, fuck, I'm just gonna, I'm just go with the glizzy. I'm like, all right, do you? I'm gonna hold it out a little bit or just eat when I get home type shit. You feel me? So we go to this spot and I don't. Okay, first of all, it really wasn't that busy. The line that we went to wasn't that busy, but it's a lady. She's so damn aggressive. Like she just yelling like, "Yeah, you come on down." It's like, damn. It's like you already being aggressive. It's like it's like split them into like 4 lanes. So like literally anybody can go to any lane when they call. And she yelling, she looking at me. It's like, man, ain't no way I'm about to go down there and get yelled at, and I'm getting fucked over when it comes to the food. Anyways, I'm getting taxed on the food, and then I got to deal with bad service. No, I'm not going to. So it's a black dude. So this lady keep hollering. It was somebody like a girl behind us. I'm like, hey, look, you can go ahead. She's like, nah, I'm gonna wait. So she wasn't messing with it either. You know what I mean? It's just like it's just crazy, like because you work in food, so you got to have a little bit of customer service. I get like you get hit with rushes and all that time, but it's like she was giving me the attitude like somebody who's not a manager, but she act like a manager. You feel me? Like that was the vibe I was getting from her. So like we wasn't fucking with her, and the girl behind us wasn't fucking with her. So we ended up going to this black dude. So keep in mind, like originally what me and the homie was gonna do You know, we're gonna make a little thing out of it. We're gonna go to the casino. We're gonna spend some money. We're gonna put some parlays down for some of the sports game, and then boom, go to the hockey game. We end up not even doing the shit with the casino because well, one, it was cold, so we would have had to like been walking around downtown to walk back to Rock and Morris. So like from there, I was like, I'm already out. You feel me? The homie, he just put some more some parlay bets down. So he's like, man, I didn't damn near spent that. Like I'm not even trying to go to the casino. If I'm gonna go to the casino, I'm just gonna do that for sports bet. So all right, cool. Like don't even worry about it. I already put the money out too, so I ain't had like that much on me, but I had a soft a little bit over 100 in cash on me. So when I'm at the Lake Erie Monster game, like I'm not even using the card. You know what I mean? I'm just using cash. I'm paying for the parking and all type of shit. I'm just using cash. You feel me? So most of these places they're not even taking cash. So like when I go to this black dude, I already have the money in my hand. You know what I mean? It's not like I got the 100. I got a dub in my hand. Like a dub is gonna be enough. You know? So I get up to the line, and you know, I just got the money in hand. I'm just like kind of telling him what I want. I want the pretzel bites, I want the hot dogs, $11. I want the deal. You feel me? So he's like, he like kind of whispering. He's like, oh yeah, my man, we don't take cash. He's only I didn't even hear him say like it's only like one way, but like he is telling like we don't take cash, and then he started talking quiet, like, all right, man, we don't take cash. If you really want it, I'm deaf, huh? I'm hunting them deaf, like, bro, I can't kill you. Like, I know you're trying to be sneaky, but like, just use hand motion or something, like, kind of direct what you're trying to do. And finally, he's like, yeah, like, if you give me that 20, I'll give you whatever you want. Well, like, pause, my man. I'm trying to get some snacks. Some freaky shit, man. Like, no, I'm gonna get you a snack. You know, just give me the 20. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. So like, but keep in mind, like, it just went dead silent at this point. Like I was telling you, the lady that was next to us, she was tripping. So I'm like, bro, like I don't know if she's the manager, but she acting like the manager. So like, you trying to do some sneaky stuff, but it's like now it's dead quiet. Now the homie telling me like, yo, just give him the dub, give him the dub. Before I give anybody any type of money, we gotta have an understanding because I don't want to have to come behind that counter and drag your ass up and mop you like mop. You feel me? So whatever the case may be, it goes quiet. So I'm just like trying to make conversation, get quiet. It's like, okay, yeah, I was thinking like, hot dude, like, man, don't make it. I'm like, man, shut your ass up, bro. It's like you got like I'm not even explaining to him, but like I end up explaining to the homies, like, bro, it just got dead silent. Like it already looked like some fishy going on. You feel me? So anyways, I give him the 20. He go grab 4 hot dogs. I'm like, bro, I did not give you $20 to give me a bunch of fucking hot dogs. I'm telling him like, yo, get the pretzel bites. I want the pretzel bites. Fuck the hot dogs. You feel me? But at this point, like he go grab it, and I was like, yo, like the pretzel bite, and the manager, yeah, get the pretzel bites. I'm like, this man, I know why he doing this, cause she's just annoying as hell, bro. Like I want to work by her, work next to her, work with her, none of that shit. You feel me? So he ended up giving the 4 hot dogs and then the pretzel bites. But once that lady started yelling, I'm like, all right, man, like I'm really not tripping because like this is your job, not mine. I just look. He said hey, it's $20. I gave him $20. You know, y'all take it up with him. You feel me? But that's all we ended up getting. We got the 4 hot dogs and then we got the pretzel bites. But we walking back, the homie's like, man, he was gonna give us some Sour Patch Kids, some M&Ms, all type of shit. But I'm also looking at him as like he being so damn skittish. The dude behind the counter, he being so skittish and sneaky. Is like, bro, play it cool, my boy. Like he could have made this so simple. When I had 20s, like, hey, the company don't take 20s, and just look at me. I'd have been like, oh, the company don't take 20. I'll go ahead and slide that boy down, you know? But like I say, he was so skittish and like such in a hurry to do it. Bro, the funniest part, though, I ain't gonna lie. So I gotta act like I'm paying with the car because the lady is right next to her or whatever. But he being so skittish and like, you know, scan the car, scan the car. All right, damn, I ended up pulling out my ID. But I put it up to the little street and I kid you not, this nigga gonna say, boop, 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 and walk away. I'm like, this nigga don't get fired. Like he really tried to go through all the precautions he needed to make sure he wasn't gonna get caught. He even made the little the sound reader for the card and all type of shit. I'm like, man, hey, whatever you gotta do. But yeah, I say all that to say, that nigga probably lost his job for sure. But I mean, I really don't even be caring when it comes to stuff like that because like at the end of the day, it's like the company is overcharged anyways. Like, why is you charging me $7 for some Sour Patch Kids and you got a whole bulk of like 500 for like $50? You feel me? So it's like when you got employees that's going, you know, go not toe the company line and find like little ways to get around shit, like they gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't give a fuck like the $20 wasn't going to actually the stadium. I mean, I just cared that I paid $20 and I want to get something for it. But I mean, the hot dogs were $7. I gave him a dub. He gave us four. That's $28 alone. You know what I mean? So like, we definitely came up. The homie's like, man, we gotta go back to him. I was like, man, they about to fire that nigga, boy. Ain't no going back to him. It's over with for him. But yeah, after that, we head down back to see what, the lick that we just had. Um, but and the crazy part about it was like me and the homie was talking about like, man, he definitely did that to us because we was black. You feel me? Because I feel like he wasn't gonna ask nobody else about that, but he feel like we was like sketchy enough to be down to do like some shit like that. I was like, I mean, shit, it worked in our favor. He's like, yeah, you're right. So I mean, racial profiling ain't always the worst thing in the world if it can benefit you. Now, most people when it comes to racial profiling, usually it doesn't benefit us. But if you have a situation like that, take advantage of it. It's like, oh well, you shouldn't let him do that and yada yada yada. It's like, bro, I just gave him $20 untaxed. You feel me? Like he gonna be straight, and hopefully, I mean, I'm not gonna say hopefully he doesn't get in trouble because he probably did, but little do you know, I got a podcast, and I was gonna come up here and I'll talk about it. But like I said, we're heading back to our seats now, and I'm into it though. Like I actually like. I'm not the type of person that likes to watch like hockey on TV. Like I play the video game, and like, I like going to the hockey games like in real life, like the energy, like they're aggressive. I like all that shit. So like, I'm really into it. You know what I mean? Like I'm yelling, I'm getting hype and all that shit. Like dude hit him down. I'm just like talking shit. But like I was telling you, the dude that was like two rows in front of us. Like at first he was kind of like looking at us weird, but like he did that to like another couple that walked. And they walked in like he stared them down the whole damn time. So like I don't think it was like a race. Like I think it was like a hockey thing. He was like trying to look out for like the fake ass fans or whatever the case may be. But so I'm going crazy to the hockey game. So as the game gets going, like now he started fucking. He's like, oh, like they actually enjoying. They're not really on some other shit like yada yada yada. So like at this point now they scoring and yeah, it's his butt, man. All right, you got me. Let's go. You got me. You feel me? But after that point, like he definitely has some good energy and like he was like I'm the type of person like I'm like when I'm in the sports world I'm gonna talk shit. I'm not gonna talk shit about your family. I'm not gonna go like no crazy like that. But like everything I see you doing, like I'm gonna talk shit about it. You feel me? It's like dude getting hit. Oh, that was weak. Dude getting hit. Oh, that man he cleaned his ass. You feel me? But that's what started to bother me too during the game because once me and the old white dude ended up fist bumping, now he feel like we homies. It's like like we shit talking together. Like, man, I'm doing my own thing. Like, whatever come to my mind. It's not like the whole game I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna talk shit. When something happened, like I would just say it out loud. Like if I was at home watching it on the TV. You feel me? So one of our players, he had smacked the other team they were playing. We were playing Detroit, by the way. I forget the team name, but it was the Detroit AAA team. But boom, he ends up cleaning his clock. I mean, flattening him out. My man, I'm talking like, man, get your ass up. That ain't hurt. That ain't hurt. And the dude's like, nah, stay down. You want him to stay down. I'm like, motherfucker, don't try to tell me how I'm going to talk shit. Like I said, I'm calling everything out how I see. So when I'm telling him to get up, I'm acknowledging that he got put on his ass. And this dude trying to, and you want him to stay down. Look, don't tell me how to talk shit. You can do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. Like, that's just what it is. You feel me? But other than that, it was definitely a cool little experience. I got to enjoy. I'm definitely gonna be going to another game. The only thing I wanted to see was a fight, which didn't end up happening. But the second best thing ended up happening was a shootout. Um, it was actually very close. The team scored first, and we missed. Boom, boom, boom. It came down to last. It was down to us. Like if we made it, we was gonna win. If we missed it, we was gonna. I think they were gonna extend the overtime. So it was kind of a big play. But one dude from our team, he ended up hitting that goal and called it a freaking game. But it was definitely exciting. I'm definitely gonna have to run it back and go again. Um, but yeah, like I said, I finally got to. I'll be saying like finally got to go outside. Like I'll be outside, but like I don't really be like outside like that in general. You know what I mean? Like I really don't like being in like crowded places like that. Like especially like where I live. You know what I mean? It's like it's always like something always gonna go down. You know what I mean? Like if you go to the suburbs and shit like that, like you'll be like a little bit safer. But like I don't like going to events like downtown, like anywhere in like that downtown area or like in the hood spots. Like I really don't like being going outside because like I know how that shit go. I done been around that shit too much. It's like man, once especially around like black people, and I hate to sing out black people, but this I mean we gonna sing out black people specifically for this, but especially when it comes to a lot of black people when it's a lot of people and it's a good time, but it's liquor involved, like it's always going if somebody don't get shot, it's gonna be a shooting, it's gonna be a fight or something like that. And like, I really don't like being around shit like that. You know what I mean? I be having like PTSD from shit like that. Like, if I don't have to be around it, I'm not gonna be around it. If I have to be around it, I know how to move in those situations. But like, I'm just not putting myself around a bunch of crash dummies that have nothing to live for. You know what I mean? And that's why I like going down. That's why I went with the homie Javon. Like, we downtown because like at the end of the day, I know if anything happened, like I know he not soft, like he gonna he gonna do something. He keep it on. So it's like if it really gets to that, like it's gonna be straight. You feel me? But like at the end of the day, it's like I don't like being around like a lot of people, especially like drunk people. Because drunk people act drunk. So it's like, I just don't personally like being around it. But when I do go out, it'll be some cool shit like that, like go to the hockey game or shit like that. You know what I mean? It's not gonna go too crazy and side of a stadium, so it's a little bit safer or more hinge, I should say. But last thing, not last thing I want to talk about, but moving on from my week/weekend recap, Lake Erie Monsters game. Shout out to the Monsters, sent them boys Detroit backpacking. It was only a short drive back, but up out of there. I actually had another talking about I was mentioning the thing about with the lady having like a bad attitude and stuff like that. When it comes to stuff like that, like I don't let like shit like that bother me, especially like, if I didn't do anything wrong. Like I just met you, it was nothing like I didn't know you from anything else, so there's no reason for you to be talking to me like we got some type of animosity built up. You know what I mean? But I say all that to say because I went to Walmart and just like most men when we go shopping, we don't look around. We if we don't know exactly where we're going, we're gonna ask somebody for some help. You know what I mean? So I'm in there. I don't want. I mean, I can say it's just like some fucking like candle melt. So I'm big on my wax. Put it in my little heat candle warmer or whatever. Get them scent smelling fruit. Man, you got a big ass. Oh, I know you be smelling everything. So at least it smells good. Which I think. But yeah, I walked to the aisle to to find the hand warmers. But I've never been to this Walmart before, so I was kind of I don't know where shit's at. You know what I mean? I only get it from one place, and I always know where to go to. I went to Walmart this time, a little bit cheaper, you get a little bit more. So I walked to the line, and I wasn't even in the right line. I just saw a worker, and I was like, hey my man, like yeah, man, I comes to me. I was like, hey my man, you know where the candle warmers are? And like he just like kind of looked at me, and like he just like went back to like doing the thing with his boxes. So I'm like. Okay, not a big deal. Like I said, I'm not gonna let it affect me. He may got something else going on. He don't like me or whatever the case may be. Like whatever the case, I just left it alone. So like, I'm walking away, and then a lady was coming up to him, and then I saw her. She started signing. My nephew, he's deaf. So like as soon as she started signing, I'm like, damn, like that made me like it low-key made me feel like an asshole, but like at the same time not because for that same reason. That's why I don't let shit affect me because like you never know what somebody else got going on. You don't know somebody's story. Like, see, I thought he was just ignoring me, but come to find out he's deaf. He just really didn't hear me. You feel me? But I mean, take that with let that be a life lesson for anybody. Like, you never know what somebody's going through. Like, you deal with customer service, people got attitude. I'm not saying you should stay there and deal with the abuse like the lady at the Lake Erie Monsters game, but the situation like the deaf guy I encountered at Walmart, um, I don't know. Just always assume the best. Just assume like maybe he didn't hear you, or maybe you just always assume the best. You know what I mean? Because you never know what people have going on, honestly, and you know, shout out to that dude because I mean, it's kind is I want to say like it's kind of cool. 'Cause, like my nephew's deaf too. Like he got a job, so it's not like oh it's cool. Like he got a job or whatever. To make case may be. It's the fact that like because he deaf and it's gonna be hard for him to do a lot of other shit because he needs somebody to actually sign for him and all that shit. So what's some of y'all choose for some of y'all that is not employed? Why don't y'all got a job? Because if he can go out there and get it, it's gonna be 10 times harder for him than it is for you, and he's still out there getting it. So no excuses. It ain't Monday, but there's some motivation for your ass. And think that's enough about my personal stuff. We're gonna get into all the juicy details y'all care to talk about. But before we do that, oh, that's magically delicious. We're gonna go to a commercial break. We back. And just another thing I wanted to touch on. Back from commercial break. This might be the last little personal thing I love throwing there. It's not even gonna be that personal, but some of y'all are probably new to the podcast, so you guys remember me talking about. I talked about this back in the first episode, just kind of structure the things I would be talking about and the things I won't be talking about. One thing I was very big on that I'm not going to talk about and still going to stay true to that is politics. But there's one thing I wanted to touch on because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Voting on issues 1 and 2. If you're in Cleveland, Ohio, I don't know what's going on with the voting issue 1 and 2. I keep saying people, yes, vote for it. No, don't for it. Don't vote for it. So honestly, just me being ignorant, not knowing, I have no idea what's going on. I don't plan on voting. I'm not really I'm not really a voter, but it's like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are doing that. Say everybody keeps talking about the lines and shit like that. So as far as voting, maybe in the future, but as far as today, no, because I don't feel like I should have to pick between like the lesser evils. I'm not even talking about just like the president. I'm talking about like even on a smaller scale, like in your actual city. You know what I mean? Like the mayor's and council stuff like that. Like I feel like it's always like the lesser of two evils. And I really don't be knowing what's going on. So I'm not going to give a vote to support something. I have no idea what is going on. But that's all I want to talk about. I do want to touch that up because I know there's people in Cleveland that is going to vote today, I'm sure, on issues 1 and 2. I don't know the difference between the two, but hopefully some good laws are getting passed. And some of y'all probably think, oh, you should know what's going on in your city and stuff like that. It's like, bro, I got enough shit to deal with. I'm a black man in America, okay? I got enough stuff to deal with on my plate to not worry about politics. So I'm sorry if that offends you, but if you're somebody who actually knows what's going on and want to give me some game on what's going on, my IG is on here. You can DM me, whatever. Because I'm always down to listen. Just I don't speak out on a lot of shit because a lot of times I don't be knowing what's going on. A lot of people just feel like because they have a voice that they can talk. I'm different. I know I got a voice. I can talk. That's why I got my podcast, so I can talk about the shit I want to talk about. What I'm not gonna do is come in here and talk about shit that I have no idea what's going on and try to sway people one way or not. I truly just don't know. Unless it's about you being a Browns fan, then we can talk about that a little bit later as well. Fuck it, we'll talk about it now. I lied. We're not gonna talk about it now because that's more sports related stuff. Got you again. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to the Browns. Damn, Deshaun. He actually had some good throws. He had a lot of was still kind of worrying me. He had a lot of balls where he just threw in the dirt. You know what I mean? So I think that shoulder is still definitely affecting him. You can kind of see like sometimes, like if you're watching the full game, like it's just like little stuff, like as an athlete, you know what I mean? It's like if your shoulder not hurting, why you doing little arm? Like it's not like you doing like a full workout, but it's like every chance you're not actually in the play, like you just doing something with the shoulder, you just bring it back. But it's not even like you doing both. So like trying to keep full range. It's just that same throwing shoulder that you got injured on. You know what I mean? So that was definitely I don't want to say alarming, but it's definitely telling. We're putting a lot of we have a lot of faith in Deshaun to kind of turn this program around. And where it's been going so far, it's like we still need to get like his legs under him, getting the system, and most importantly, be healthy because it's like deja vu right now. Because the same thing happened with Baker. He was in a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. He had the same thing, shoulder injury. He was playing like shit, but he was still playing. But if he didn't play, us Browns fans would have called him soft and all that shit, which ultimately got him out of Cleveland because we only had the film where he's actually playing with a hurt shoulder. And nobody really cares about the injuries, especially if you're trying to play through it, if it's not producing wins. You know what I mean? It's the NFL. It's a business. So if you're not winning, they're going to get you out of there. But 27-0 to beat the Cardinals. Our defense is playing great, and that's the main reason why we are in a lot of these games. You know what I mean? And I can honestly say we should, with the way our defense will be playing, we should definitely be we definitely should be undefeated. You know what I mean? But once the offense actually starts to click, I I think that's when the Browns are really going to be scary, and I hope they get it together soon because I mean, bro, we can't expect our defense to play like this all year round, even though they probably will. But I mean, that's just a cop out for the offense. You know, the offense needs to get it together and stop um resting on our defense to get all this shit done. Like, yeah, our defense is good, but it's like don't put them in a situation I have to play so many fucking snaps because the offense can't get going. You know what I mean? But yeah, next week we got the Baltimore Ravens. That'll definitely be a big game. The Ravens have been rolling. What are they saying? The Ravens are at 7-2. But I mean, bro, I'm just looking at the AFC North right now. 7-2, 5-3, 5-3, and 5-3. Toughest division in the NFL. If you don't believe me, I'll read the other stats for the other teams. Okay, for the my bad, the other conferences. So we got the AFC East, we got the Dolphins and the Bills, 6-3, and then you got the Bills at 5-4. Okay. Chiefs are 7-2, and the second team behind them is 4-4, the Chargers. Then I said the AFC North, and then we got the AFC South. We got 6-2, and then 4-4. So that's all I'm gonna say, honestly, because the Browns were any other conference, we'd be second, if not winning the conference. You know what I mean? But we're just gonna keep all that in mind. And I don't know if we're at Baltimore or if we are here. I guess I can look it up since I'm right here on the motherfucking website. But I can't. I don't know. I think we're at the Ravens. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't care. We all gonna be watching the game. Tune in. Shout out them Brownies. But now we're gonna get into some of the mainstream because there's been a lot of ish going on. It's why everybody fighting, trying to fight, or getting started. Hey, this YouTube space is dangerous. Let me tell y'all. But I guess I don't have to worry about no shit like that because don't like. Why would you hate me? It's like I'm not even like I'm popular or super popular or lit like that. So like you got a small YouTube channel like me, man, ain't nobody worried about me. The only people that are gonna be hating on me is the people in my city and the people that know me from high school and shit like that. Oh, you think you got a podcast? You think somebody gonna listen to that shit? Touche. Very well played. But it's all about, taking that chance. You can't be scared to do something because how you think other people are going to respond to, you know what I mean? Because not like these same people are giving me advice to other shit I should be doing. So it's like when I choose, I want to do something that I actually truly love and I enjoy. I'm not going to let nobody discourage me from it. You know what I mean? Like I talked about last week, or I talked about the week before. The week before, it's like it's something I like to live by. The rule of 10. You know what I mean? 3 people are going to like, 4 people are going to be on the fence, 4 people aren't going to like it. That's 10 people. You know what I mean? So it's like I did that wrong. I think it's 3, 4, and 3. My bad. 3, 4, and 3. But that take that for what it is. That's with everything you do. You could be doing something so helpful for the community, and people are still gonna hate on you. You know what I mean? And I'm expecting to get that too, because I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna pass on some food. I've been trying to get this together for some years now. But this year, I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna take my family, cooking some food. We're gonna get these containers together, and I'm gonna pass them out. And people probably gonna hate on me for doing that. I mean, I'm not gonna make like a whole video and like post about it on social media. I'm gonna find like a cool way to do it where like it shows me actually out there. But like that's one thing I don't like when it comes to like the charity stuff. Is like you can just do a good deed for somebody and not show it on camera. You know what I mean? Like if your mama was looking crazy, she got the hair rollers in her hair, no makeup, just what she got like the little odd boogies and shit going on. It's like you're not gonna put her on camera, but like people feel like because they doing something nice for somebody that it's okay to put them on camera. Because a lot of these homeless people like they don't be like camera ready, you know what I mean? It's like probably ain't showered in a while, hair looking crazy. It's like the holy jack or whatever the case may be. It's like so I don't think that shit's ever cool to put on camera. But I just gotta find a creative way that kind of show me giving the food out, but not actually, showing them. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like it's not about showing people that I'm doing this, but I'm also trying to like inspire people to actually do it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not rich either. It's like you can get a couple dollars because that's a couple more dollars than what they have. You know what I mean? It is a couple dollars to get all this shit right. So I think I'm probably gonna spend like close to like $200-300 like getting all the food in the containers and stuff like that. But even then, like that seems like a lot, but like it's really not. Like depending on how much you make, it may be a lot, it may not be a lot. But just fucking I don't know, work harder, you know what I mean? Like some of these people don't have the same opportunities, they're not nearly as blessed as some of us. So that's just how I always look at it. You know what I mean? I want people to do the same, and I don't want it to be like a cold tag on thing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like if I only do it when you do it. Now that's cool, but it's like we want people to actually come together and like maybe make like a big group out of this, and we can actually, you know, help out the people. You know, because I mean, if you guys aren't from Cleveland, you don't know that Cleveland is, well, not necessarily Cleveland, but East Cleveland in general is like rated like sixth poorest cities in America. You know what I mean? That's right here in our backyard. You know, 15-minute drive right here in the city. You know, so that's just something I'm definitely gonna get into. And I was saying all this to say is like fuck what people think. Do whatever you want. If it makes you happy, you know, people are gonna criticize you anyway. So don't let that stop you from doing what you really want to do. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. You know, I'll be dropping gems on this mug sometimes. But if you're not tapped in, if you ain't liking, subscribing, and commenting, you don't know what's going on. You out of the loop. You want to be in the loop, not out of the loop. You feel me? But talking about these the YouTube space. What's been going on? Charleston White, he got assaulted while getting a haircut at a barbershop. Now, that's supposed to be the most sacred place ever. Like, you really get caught lacking. Like, because you got to think, you sitting in the chair, you got that little cake on you. Y'all probably looking at me like, man, you don't even go to the barbershop. How you know? I used to go to the barbershop, but sometimes when I got to get this little mustache lined up, you see, I got a little scrubs coming out. I got to get cleaned up one time for the one time. But, yeah, you sitting in the chair, you got that little cape on, you know, hot, sweaty up under there, you feel me? It's like, so you really don't, like, you got range in your hands, but like, man, you comfortable. And I heard he was actually sleeping when he got assaulted, you know what I mean? But that happened, and then the day after, you try to say like all that shit was fake, like, hey, it ain't no video of it. And that's the crazy part about social media too, because everything is caught on camera. So it's like, if the shit don't get caught on camera, like, a lot of people not gonna believe it, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of like that too, to an extent, but like now, like, should be edited too, so it's like you really don't be knowing what's real and what's not real. But I don't know. I think Charleston White's kind of been out of the media not that long, maybe like a week and a half, something like that. So I think this is just his way of getting back in the media and get people talking about him again. You know, the ultimate troll. You know, I don't condone violence, but at the same time, like, he was talking crazy about Vaughn and all these people that died. PNB, right? He talked crazy about like a lot of people that we really, you know, have mad love for in a disrespectful way, talking about kids, all type of shit. So I'm not condoning violence, but at the same time, Charleston White, when you talking spicy, it's gonna be somebody who gonna try to cash in on that. So, you know, be safe out there. Talking about somebody struggling for relevancy. I mean, Suge Knight started a podcast, okay? Now, Suge Knight is in jail, okay? This man is doing a podcast in jail. Side note, don't let anything stop you. If you want to do a podcast, you can do it. Suge Knight is in jail doing a podcast. So if you're looking for real, I don't got this. I don't got this. This man is in jail with a podcast. Let that be your motivation, not just me. But I mean, if you use me as motivation to get your podcast rolling, shout out to you. You're doing it up. But it's just funny because a lot of these, a lot of the older people who was technically like industries or were gangster back then, they always talking about, oh, this new social media era. Like, all these guys do is run their mouth, they incriminate themselves, they snitch, they do all this shit. But it's like, I talk about the KVD stuff. Technically got away with it, right? Couldn't help but snitch, went on Vlad, wrote a book, went on all these interviews talking about the stuff that happened. Self-incriminating. He snitched on himself. Suge Knight, the big bad boogeyman of the rap game. Gangster. Really gangster. You heard about hanging vanilla ice off the balcony. Always had that big ass cigar in his mouth, looking intimidating, the all red suit, all type of shit, looking like a light skinned red devil, boy. I'm telling you. But this is the same dude that got a podcast out. And what's interesting about his podcast, this is his first episode of the podcast. What is he doing? You guessed it, snitching. Now, regardless of how you look at snitching or not, I just hold these guys to a different standard because they're always talking about, oh, well, 6ix9ine a rat, I'll never play him. Oh, Gunner a rat, I'll never play him. They talking about like, all these people doing like all this rat shit, but it's like when people actually get to snitching and ratting, it's like, oh, well, it's different. It's like, no, Suge Knight, the rules still apply for you. I know you've been in jail like 30-some years, you're going blind, all that type of shit, so you really going crazy, but it's like, you supposed to hold that down, you know what I mean? Like, how people looked at you back in the day, you was like supposed to be the gangster. Like, it's nothing gangster about snitching. He talked about the story about the situation with Akon and this underage girl. All right, that's messed up, right? But the problem is with Suge Knight felt like when this happened and he heard about it, he was telling the girl like, "Oh, well, no, you can't go to the police about that. Like we gangsters, we don't go nothing. We don't go to the police about shit like that." Yo, if somebody gets raped, I don't care how gangster you are. That shit is not cool. Like you letting it slide, that shit is not cool. How you gonna stop somebody from trying to file a police report because they got raped? You feel me? It's like it's weird because you also talked about, oh well, we wouldn't let him go to the police, and then you're on your podcast snitching. So you was gonna tell anyway. So why didn't you tell back then? You know what I mean? It'd be a lot of these people like these supposed to be gangsters. Like I don't even know what it means to be gangster anymore because it's a lot of these people that are supposed to be so tough and living by a certain moral code, and they not doing that. Should you not doing that? I feel like it's wrong. I feel like the situation should have been handled about it. Suge, when you heard about it, why are you gonna wait 25 years to talk about the sword? That's mad corny. You just fighting for relevancy. You should have did that shit back when it originally happened because we're not condoning any type of grape going on at all. You feel me? So it's like when it comes to stuff like that, it's like now, you know, you got a podcast, you got some eyes on you. Now you're just gonna talk crazy. But I mean, Suge, you wrong for that. You should have actually did something when it actually happened. Don't wait to get on your podcast and talk about Akon because man, I'm not even gonna because we don't know if it's even true with the thing with Akon, but like man, Akon is a legend, man. He put electricity in Africa. Y'all hear what I say? He put electricity in Africa. A lot of y'all can't even put electricity in your own city, let alone your house and your neighbor's house. He put electricity in a whole country. I paused for a second. I had to think of Africa was a country. Now, man, don't judge me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But when it comes to shit like that, I'm just tired of our black heroes being torn down. Now, Akon, if you did some foul shit, you know, so be it. But I'm not really taking too much credibility from Suge Knight because one, you're in jail, you have nothing to lose, so you're just talking. And then on top of that, you didn't do anything when it happened. Why are you even talking about it now? You know what I mean? Because what you gonna do in jail to prevent that situation? You just gonna talk about it, and then you want the authorities to handle it. If you was really like that, you really wanted to help her, like spread some words and statements that you're talking about it, you would have talked about it when it initially happened. Shit, like it's sad to see the real gangsters go out like this, but I mean, hey, some people want to be gangsters. I want to be normal. I want to just keep it real. You feel me? But another beef we got the Saucy Santana and Akademiks. I'm not gonna go too deep into this about initially how it started, but pretty much Akademiks was going off on Carisha, I believe is her name, Diddy's girl, wife, whatever, side piece, whatever they call it, and he was going hard on her, and also a little bit. I was talking about it last week. He was going hard on Little Rilla too, but like Saucy Santana kind of came at Akademiks and like kind of outed him for like kind of going at women and stuff like that. Which I mean, Akademiks he goes hard on everybody. So like when he goes hard on men, people don't really look at it the same. They're like, oh, he's soft. You don't be really outside. And then when he does to a girl, it's like, oh, you're a woman, or you hate women. You're a misogynist. You're all this other shit. But it's like if you don't be in this space, like you got to be open to some type of critique. And I feel like Akademiks does go hard sometimes, but I feel like Akademiks does keep that same energy with your favorite artists, with the low tier artists. Like Akademiks definitely keeps that energy, but the energy that Saucy Santana was on, Saucy Santana was trying to fade with Akademiks, which is like, I mean, technically it'd be like he's gay, so it's like Saucy Santana is gay, so it's like okay, well it's two men fighting, but I mean Saucy Santana also wear nails, got a beard, got a BBL, wear makeup. I don't know. I like act, so I mean obviously I want act to come out in the situation. Like I don't got no personal problems against Saucy Santana, but the problem I have with Saucy Santana is like it was a lot of sex play is I believe what you would call it. Saucy Santana pretty much said she was gonna knock Akademiks out and do something and was gonna sodomize him in some way. Now keep in mind Ak is not gay. Okay, so that like I was talking about the Suge Knight situation, the little Akon situation, whatever the case may be, you just took into like a physical assault until sexual assault real quick, you know what I mean? And I don't like how the fact that nobody really took it serious, like, oh yeah, Akademiks just finally get what he want, but like that shit is not cool because at the end of the day, like it's not cool for anybody to be homophobic, you know what I mean? But it's like at the end of the day, it's like Act didn't even have to take that there with him. Like because really he didn't. He mentioned stuff about the BBL and the beer. Okay, obviously everybody can see Saucy got a fat ass pause. Come on, y'all, come on, man. Like, bro, y'all seen Saucy, bro. Like y'all not just gonna do me like that. But anyways, um, he didn't say anything homophobic. So the fact that Saucy Santana was on some straight like sodomizing stuff on him, like I don't think that shit was cool because I don't know. You're putting Axe hands behind his back because like Axe can't really say what he wants to say when you feel like you got violated that way. So like now he's kind of like fighting with his hands behind his back. Like he actually started tearing up on stream when he started to talk about it. And it's like everyone's like, "Oh man, that's crazy." To cry about it, but like I feel where Akademiks is coming from because if you feel like you're fighting with your hands tied behind your back and like pretty much the only way he wins is by responding and it's gonna get him canceled. You know what I mean? Like all these brandings and all that stuff is just gonna wash away, which I don't think is fair because like Saucy Santana was coming with that energy all rip. Like, okay, act like, okay, you want to fight? All right, pull up. We can fight. You a dude. Like, we can fight. All right, cool. No harm, no foul. When Saucy's talking about, yeah, and I'm going to knock you out and I'm going to do this and do this, like, none of that stuff is consensual from Act's point. You know what I mean? Like, Act is not down with none of that. So I think that was just mad corny for Saucy to do that. But I don't know, you jumping in, like you're a real friend, you jumping in for your friends, stuff like that. But like at the end of the day, like I think like Saucy definitely crossed the line when it came to that because I mean it kind of speaks for itself, you know what I mean? Because Act can't properly respond. And the last thing I want to talk about as far as the beef and shit goes, the Joe Budden and Taxstone beef. If you guys were in the podcast space when Tax first originally came out, Tax season, he started off with Brilliant Idiots, do a little bit of Flaking Two with Charlemagne. Charlotte or not Charlemagne, but Taxstone was really a legend in his podcast space, but it was short lived because Taxstone was still like in the streets, you know what I mean? So like Taxstone is locked up currently, but it was a situation where Joe Budden was out in Miami and some attacked goons put hands on Joe Budden, yada yada yada. Now this is a beef that's been stemming back for years back because I can talk about. He started Tax started with the Brilliant Idiots. He really didn't even have his own podcast. He was just a guest, but like when he would come on, like people fuck with Tax. You know, like Tax really a real one. You know what I mean? Great storyteller, like everything. So after this, he ends up getting his own podcast, Tax season. Couple episodes in, he ends up having Joe Budden on. Him and Joe Budden get into a little bit. Joe Budden has like this weird thing where it's like he just says like weird shit. He's kind of like little like space cadet. Sometimes just says like weird shit. You feel me? And that's the type of time he was on with Tax. Tax wasn't feeling that. He ended up kicking Joe Budden out. So since then it's been beef. But why Taxstone's been locked up? He got locked up. He got into a Troy Ave at a club. Yada yada yada. Taxstone ended up killing Troy Ave's security guard. So Taxstone's been locked up for that for a couple years now. He's been in there for a minute now. But that's where the beef really stems from where it comes to Taxstone and Joe Budden. So the fact that it's still going on right now, and it's pretty much because Joe Budden was on $1 million worth of games. Shout out to Wallow and Gilly, and he was talking about like Taxstone being a worker and all this other stuff. And it's like, I get you still want to take shots at Tax because y'all still got the beef. The only person I fall for this a lot is Tax because like, bro, you in jail. You got other stuff to be worried about than what the fuck people are saying about you, you know? And they be throwing me off too, because I be on Twitter and I still follow Tax and Tax still be tweeting on Twitter like he not. Ooh, excuse me. Y'all know me having like one or two of them episodes. I can't help it, you know. Excuse me though, but he be like Tax on definitely be having those moments, for sure. But fact that the beef's still going on, someone actually got touched for it is honestly crazy. But I don't know. I guess we'll see how the rest of that really ends up breaking down. But I got to get out of here pretty soon. It was actually a good week. There was a lot of stuff to talk about. But before I wrap this up, I want to do segment things I briefly cared about. And this week is strictly music. 'Cause that's one thing I really briefly cared about. T Grizzly dropped T's Coney Island. Fire. He has a song there with MGK, and they actually shot it literally from where I'm at right now. He shot Damn, I shouldn't say that. If y'all know me, y'all know where I'm at anyway. But anyway, they shot like literally right down the street from me, which is pretty cool because like Kels up the way, Leonard Craig like that way, whichever way. But MGK, homebody. I mean, he taps in or he dips his toe and dips out with the punk rock stuff and the rap. But like MGK was really hard with the rap stuff. But like now, I don't really like. I listen to his old stuff, but like when he started painting his fingernails and stuff like that, it's like, bro, like you from the same area that I'm from. It's like you can do whatever you want, but it's like, especially when you're white on top of that too, and you paint your fingernails and then you really from the hood, it's like they gonna be looking at you a little crazy. But I mean, I think they still got respect for MGK because he definitely was putting the city on. Way before, I don't want to say way before because there's a lot of people, shout out to Chip, Al Fats, Corey Bates. If y'all real Cleveland people, y'all remember Corey Bates. Hold up. Yeah, but MGK really came in and was really constantly shouted out Cleveland, you know what I mean? So I appreciate MGK for doing that because a lot of people from Cleveland don't make it, and when they make it, they try to act like they not from Cleveland, you know what I mean? Even the baby, he'll show like a little reference to him being from Cleveland. He don't shout out like MGK, but he also wasn't in Cleveland like MGK was. But shout out to everybody. If Cleveland has touched you in any type of way, shout out to you because Cleveland really is the city. Baby Tron dropped Megatron 2, and that shit is fire. Both these albums, I've been having them constantly on repeat. Detroit sound is fire right now. T Grizzly, he is from Detroit, but like he has a different style aesthetically than Babytron. Babytron's more like the real the young OG flow, a little offbeat, hard beats, but like he literally make a beat out of everything. That bitch will go crazy. So shout out to Babytron. And before we get out of here, we gotta make this quick. Oh shit, we was going crazy today. Oh damn, I'm not even gonna lie. Oh sorry, I'm gonna add another commercial in here because I really want to talk about it. It'll be another funny story I got on here. Yeah. Damn, 2 commercial breaks? Shoo! Boy, we're getting extra hard. Yes, sir. But like I said, I like to finish off this podcast just leaving y'all a little bit of something to think about, something you probably ain't thought about, you know what I mean? But it's a great game. I'm not even gonna it's called Answer the Internet. Couple dollars, whatever the case may be. Really spark the night up. But that's what I like to do on this podcast. I like to do a little questionnaire, get y'all to think, get my mind thinking as well. And a lot of times it's going to bring up a little story. So I actually decided to come back from another commercial break just so I can do this. Now, this one is the one I really wanted to talk about. Actually, we're gonna do 2 today because I did 2 commercial breaks. So we're gonna make this gonna be the longest podcast that I dropped yet, but it was a lot of shit going on. And hopefully you guys like the little bit longer content. It's not gonna be too much longer, but like I always be saying, it's just me in here. I can only do so much. So bear with me. I love y'all. Not like that, but no, I love y'all. But y'all feel what I'm saying. Alright, first I want to talk about, it says poll the internet. Are you an asshole if you sit in the back and don't talk to an Uber driver? Now listen, it's rare that I'm ever gonna send the front anyway. So let's just get that out of the way. Like if it's just a single ride, like I'm not about to sit in the front because I done had some crazy experiences when it comes to Uber rides. I'm gonna save another story for another time because I'm sure I'll be able to find like a good transition to tell that. But I want to give y'all all my stories off rip. I gotta like build up to it, you know what I mean? But I'll tell this story. So I was at my pop's house, like my brothers and sisters, we all hanging out, drinking, whatever the case may be. So I'm on the other side of town, like I'm in Euclid, which is like 30 minutes from where I sat, drunk said whatever. So called Uber, come pick me up. Now keep in mind, I'm leaving, I got my essentials on me, I got a little bit of bag on me, and I got like a little bit of Patron by left on me, So I'm instantly thinking like if the Uber driver see like he gonna be tripping, so like instantly put it in a little coat. Like I said, it's winter time, so I'm a little bulky. So I got the bag in my pocket and I got the bottle of Patron. So I get in the car and I start talking to him, just making like conversation. Hey, yeah, how you doing today? And keep in mind, like I'm also a little drunk, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to give off how drunk I am, you feel me? But at the same time, I'm realizing I'm drunk, so I'm not gonna talk to the dude's ear off, you know what I mean? Keep in mind, this is a couple years ago when I was like still like kind of drinking a lot, like 2020, like I was hanging out with this girl, but like top of 2020, like I was drinking a shit ton. I went from not drinking for like a year and a half, and then like me and this girl, we was drinking all the time. So I was still in that type of time. So like I said, I don't want to be too drunk in Uber, but like I'm trying to make a little good conversation because I'm also drunk. When you're drunk, you want to be talk to people. You want to know a motherfucker whole life story, all type of shit. You feel me? So I'm in the car, right? Headed back home. I'm a little drunk. Keep in mind, I got the bottle and I got the bag on me. This dude, he flying like crazy. You know what I mean? He doing like 80, 90 miles per hour, just whipping it. You feel me? It's like, at that point, I felt like I maybe should have started talking to him just because I feel like, just maybe get him to kind of, yo, bro, my boy, you're cooking right now, So sure enough, like I started talking to him and like he was not saying anything back. Like he was not feeling me at all. You know what I mean? Keep in mind, like I'm a little drunk, so it's like I still have that mentality always. Like, I always got like a smart ass mouth, always got something to say, but it's like I'm trying to be cool. It's like maybe I'm just tripping because like I'm a little tipsy right now. Well, I want to say I was drunk as fuck. I ain't gonna fake, but I'm like whatever. He not gonna talk to me. So I felt like in that case, that made me not want to talk to the Uber drivers because I don't think you an asshole if you want to talk to the Uber driver and you just send it back and you don't want to talk. But I mean, it's like to your discretion, you know what I mean? But keep in mind, I started talking to dude because like, bro, I got this bag and I got the bottle on me. If we get pulled over, you going to jail because all this shit going right up under your seat. So like, I'm trying to talk to you like, my boy, chill, my boy. But yeah, I'll say all that to say is I don't think you're an asshole if you sit in the back and don't talk to the Uber driver because maybe that motherfucker just trying to do 100 miles per hour to get you out of the car as fast as possible. Last one I want to talk about before we get up out of here is it says, would you rather A, fight Mike Tyson, or B, sound like him for the rest of your life? Honestly, look, I'm pretty confident I can handle myself, but like Mike Tyson, like, come on, man. If there was any reason that I actually had to fight Mike Tyson, obviously I'm trying to talk my way out of it first. But if you start throwing him, like, we're just gonna be throwing him. I feel like Mike Tyson's very calm, dude. I feel like you could talk your way out of a situation like that, but it's like once you cross that line, it's over with. So like, I'm really not trying to fight Mike Tyson, and then it's like sound like him for the rest of your life. It's like I used to always get make fun of how I sound, anyways. You know what I mean? So like, I definitely take like how he sound, like the little lisp and like the little high pitched voice and stuff like that, because I mean, some people can pull it off. It's like I used to get made fun of all the time for how I speak, and then I decided to drop a podcast where I talk to you guys for an hour every week. So it's like, fuck, it's not a big deal. People gonna talk anyways, you know what I mean? Don't let that stop you from doing whatever you want to be. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you are new to the podcast, you're here now. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're new, you might want to like, comment, and subscribe. If I made you laugh, if I made you chuckle, give me a like or a comment or subscribe. I'm not gonna make you do the trifecta now. If you a real one, you gonna do the trifecta. I'm gonna fuck with you for now. I'm like, oh, you got the little trifecta, you know the vibe. But if you've already been here and returning, I thank you for returning, because that means I'm giving you some content that you can enjoy. Give you a nice little getaway. You arguing with your girlfriend, she annoying me. I'm about to throw in this weird out pocket. I'm already be talking that shit. Yes, sir. And what else did I want to say? Yeah, I guess that's nothing. I'll be back again next week. Tap in. I hope you guys have been liking the thumbnails. I mean, you guys have been actually, you guys have been liking the content, so I want to give you guys a little bit more. Like I said, like I talk about on all these podcasts, we don't get the setup. Just wait. We got Thanksgiving coming around the corner, and then we got Christmas coming around the corner as well. For the holidays, I always got some good stories, so be on the lookout for when I start dropping those podcasts. And yeah. It's a great day to have a great day. Thank you guys for tuning in. There's been another episode of the We Here Now podcast, and we are out. Yes, sir.